Good evening, short story writers. Tonight, as promised, we are returning to prompts for short stories. And tonight is from real life. In fact, today, or was it yesterday? Today. My boiler has decided to pack up. I've pressed the button and it says that there's a pump error, so I think I'm going to have to call out the engineer. Okay, which is two little prompts there. So first would be go and check out a song called It All Makes Work for the Working Man to Do. And it's about somebody who calls out somebody to, I don't know, let's say fix a pipe, and then the plumber has an accident, so he needs to call out, I don't know, the glazier to fix the window, and that person has an accident, so and there's a circle, and over the course of a week 5 repairs are needed, and it ends up with the gas man has to come once more. Yeah, so that's a story. It's a circular story, but it's amusing, etc., etc., etc. The other thing to do would be to look at this and think, do I want a complex story? Do I want a simple story? If it's a simple story, then you pretty much stick with the prompt as it is, and you develop it into a problem. So gas isn't working for the hot water, so your main character cannot they can't get showers and things. Obviously they've got a sink so they can heat water in pans and things and have a makeshift sort of ablution as they used to be back in a couple of centuries ago. And the other thing would be so it could be a story about that person, and maybe them reminiscing about their childhood because they grew up in poor circumstances and that's how they had to bathe in them days. The other thing to do would be to look at that actual incident and say, well, okay, let's forget about it being the boiler. Perhaps it's a car. Perhaps it's a blackout in the town. What would the consequences be? And what might happen, not just to the main character, but to people that they knew, people who were more vulnerable? What might stronger and less, I was going to say more ruthless, less, what's the word when you've got principles, less principled people might take advantage of. You could have, if you've seen the movies, the Purge movies, then you could have a situation like that, I guess. Score settling, that kind of thing. It could be, you could bring it down, because these stories are like somebody doesn't get on with their neighbour, there's a bit of a feud, and the neighbour is slightly paranoid, or maybe your main character is slightly paranoid, and they assume that the neighbour's cut the power or done something deliberate, and maybe they have. Maybe this is an escalation of an ongoing feud. So you can see there's multiple different avenues to explore here, simply by playing what if with something that has happened in real life. And the reason I'm saying in real life is because the whole premise behind this entire YouTube channel is that a lot of writers, they read the advice, write what you know, and they think, oh, I don't know anything. But life is full of little accidents, little unexpected developments like this. And if you're on the alert as a writer, you can take it and you can develop it, you can flip it on its head. How could you flip that on its head? I'm not sure how you'd flip the boiler suddenly working again. Oh, okay, it suddenly starts working again only when the gas man comes out to fix it. And the minute the gas man's gone, or maybe 30 minutes later, it starts playing up again and the gas man comes back. So what will be the cause of that? Is there a problem with supernatural entities in the house? that would be for you as the story writer to decide. And what would be, flip on its head, let us say power cuts. There's depths of winter and the power lines come down. This did happen indeed in parts of Britain 4 or 5 years ago, and some areas were cut off for 3 weeks, and obviously England wasn't alone in this. I'm pretty sure that, and this is what I read, I'm pretty sure that other parts of the UK must have been affected like that as well, and possibly are every